In a land far beyond the reach of ordinary maps, there existed an enchanted forest known as Eldergrove. This forest was unlike any other, with trees that whispered secrets, flowers that sang gentle lullabies, and streams that sparkled like liquid starlight. The heart of Eldergrove was the Whispering Tree, an ancient and wise tree said to be the source of the forest's magic. The Whispering Tree stood at the center of the forest, its branches stretching high into the sky and its roots deep into the earth. It had the power to grant wishes and solve the deepest of problems, but it could only do so if approached by someone pure of heart and noble in spirit. One day, a young girl named Lila lived in a village near the edge of Eldergrove. Lila was known throughout her village for her kindness and courage. She cared for sick animals, helped her neighbors, and always sought to bring a smile to those around her. Despite her caring nature, her life was not without difficulties. Her family was poor, and her village was plagued by a drought that threatened their crops and livelihoods. One evening, as Lila watched the sunset from her small home, she heard a faint, melodic whisper carried by the breeze. The whisper spoke of hope and magic in Eldergrove. Lila, intrigued and hopeful, decided that she would venture into the forest to seek help from the Whispering Tree. The next morning, armed with a small satchel of provisions and her unwavering hope, Lila set out on her journey. The path into Eldergrove was lush and vibrant, but as she ventured deeper, she encountered a series of challenges. The first was the River of Illusions, a shimmering stream that created mirages and false paths. Lila approached the river with caution. She remembered the stories of how to navigate illusions with clarity of mind and heart. She focused on her goal, to save her village, and with determination, she followed the true path revealed by her pure heart, crossing the river with ease. As she continued, Lila reached the Grove of Echoes, where the trees mimicked every sound and word spoken. She needed to pass through this grove to reach the Whispering Tree, but the echoes could easily lead her astray with confusing and contradictory advice. Remembering the lessons of patience and perseverance, Lila spoke only kind and reassuring words to herself and to the forest around her. Her steady heart and gentle voice guided her through the grove without falling into confusion. Finally, Lila arrived at the clearing where the Whispering Tree stood. Its presence was majestic and calming, its leaves rustling softly as if in conversation with the wind. Lila approached with reverence and spoke to the tree, "Great Whispering Tree, I come to you with a humble heart. My village suffers from a terrible drought, and our crops are failing. I seek your wisdom and aid to restore our land and bring prosperity back to our people." The Whispering Tree's branches swayed gently, and its leaves rustled as it listened to Lila's plea. After a moment of silence, the tree's deep voice resonated through the clearing. "Dear child, you have shown great courage and kindness on your journey. To restore balance to your land, you must first understand the true nature of abundance." The tree then shared a vision with Lila, a vision of a hidden spring deep within the forest, whose waters held the power to end the drought. However, the spring was guarded by a mystical guardian who required a special offering to reveal its location. Lila thanked the Whispering Tree and set off to find the hidden spring. Guided by the vision, she navigated through the forest's winding paths and eventually reached the guardian's domain, a lush and vibrant glade filled with radiant flowers and glowing creatures. The guardian of the spring was a graceful fairy named Amara. She hovered above a crystal-clear pool, her wings sparkling like morning dew. To gain access to the spring, Amara said, "You must offer something that represents your true self." Lila thought deeply about what she could offer. She remembered her grandmother's old pendant, a simple but cherished family heirloom that symbolized her love for her family and her commitment to helping others. With a heart full of sincerity, she offered the pendant to Amara. The fairy's eyes softened, and she accepted the gift with grace. "Your offering is a reflection of your heart," Amara said. "The spring shall reveal itself to you." With a wave of her wand, Amara revealed a hidden passage leading to the spring. The waters flowed abundantly, and Lila knew that this was the key to saving her village. She filled her canteen with the magical water and thanked Amara for her help. Returning to her village, Lila shared the water with her people. The magical spring's waters were poured into the parched fields, and soon, the crops began to flourish. the once dry land became lush and green, and the village celebrated the return of prosperity. The villagers marveled at the miracle and praised Lila for her bravery and determination. Though she never sought recognition, Lila's selflessness and courage became a beacon of hope for everyone. The village thrived, and the story of Lila's quest and the Whispering Tree became a cherished legend. In time, Eldergrove continued to thrive under the care of the Whispering Tree, and its magic remained a source of wonder and inspiration. Lila's tale was passed down through generations, a reminder of the power of kindness, courage, and the belief that even the smallest act of love could bring about the greatest change. And so, the enchanted forest and the village lived in harmony, their lives intertwined by the magic of the Whispering Tree and the heart of a brave young girl who dared to dream of a better world. The end. In a secluded corner of the world, hidden away from the bustling cities and noisy towns, lay a mystical forest known as Starlight Grove. The grove was a place of wonder, where the trees shimmered with the light of countless stars, and the air was filled with the soft, melodious songs of magical creatures. It was said that the grove held a secret, a magical artifact known as the Starheart, which could grant one true wish to anyone who found it. The story of the Starheart was known to all, but few had ever ventured into the grove, as it was guarded by enchantments and the enigmatic creatures of the forest. Among those who knew of the legend was a kind-hearted girl named Lily. Lily lived in a small village on the edge of the forest and was known for her generosity and bravery. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, a fierce storm rolled in. The winds howled, and lightning split the sky. When the storm finally passed, the villagers awoke to find their crops and homes devastated. The once lush fields were now barren, and the river that ran through the village was reduced to a trickle. The villagers were in despair, for they had no way to restore their land. It was then that Lily remembered the tale of the Starheart. If the Starheart's magic was real, it might be their only hope to restore their village and save their home. Determined, Lily set out for the Starlight Grove at dawn. She walked through the forest's edge, where the trees were thick and the path uncertain. The deeper she went, the more magical the forest became. Tiny lights flickered among the leaves, and the ground beneath her feet seemed to sparkle. As Lily ventured further, she came across a gentle fawn named Thorn. Thorn had the body of a man and the legs and horns of a goat. He was playing a lyre made of moonbeams, and his music brought a sense of calm to the storm-tossed forest. "Hello, traveler," Thorn greeted her. "What brings you to the heart of Starlight Grove?" Lily explained her quest and the plight of her village. Thorn listened attentively and then nodded. "The Starheart is indeed a powerful artifact, but finding it requires great courage and wisdom. The grove is filled with magical trials that test those who seek it." Thorn agreed to guide Lily through the first trial. They arrived at a sparkling pond, where the water was as clear as glass. At the center of the pond was a small island with a single, glowing tree. The tree's fruit was said to be the key to the next step in the quest. To reach the island, Lily needed to cross the pond, but the water was enchanted and constantly shifting. Thorn handed Lily a small, shimmering stone. "This is a compass stone. It will help you find the safe path across the pond." Following Thorn's advice, Lily tossed the stone into the water. It floated, glowing brightly and creating a path of light. Lily carefully stepped along the glowing path, and though the waters swirled around her, she remained steady. When she reached the island, she picked one of the glowing fruits from the tree. With the fruit in hand, Lily and Thorn continued their journey. They soon arrived at a meadow where the ground was covered in flowers that changed colors with every step. The second trial was a test of patience and kindness. A group of mischievous pixies played tricks on them, trying to make Lily lose her way. Instead of becoming frustrated, Lily offered to share the fruit she had picked with the pixies. The pixies, touched by her kindness, guided her through the meadow and revealed the path to the next challenge. The third trial was the Labyrinth of Echoes, a maze filled with mirrors and illusions. Lily had to navigate through the maze, following the echoes of her own voice. At first, the echoes confused her, but she soon realized that the true path was not to follow the echoes but to trust her own instincts. With Thorn's guidance and her own intuition, Lily found her way out of the labyrinth and into a beautiful, moonlit glade. In the center of the glade was the Starheart, a magnificent crystal that glowed with a soft, golden light. As Lily approached the Starheart, she was met by a guardian spirit of the grove, a majestic being with wings like silver feathers. "You have passed the trials with bravery and kindness," the spirit said. "You may now make your wish." Lily took a deep breath and made her wish. "I wish for the restoration of my village and the return of the prosperity we once had." The Starheart's light intensified, and a wave of magic spread across the grove. Lily felt a warm, comforting energy envelop her. When she returned to her village, she found that the fields were lush and green again, the river was flowing strong, and the village was bustling with life. The villagers rejoiced, their hearts filled with gratitude for Lily's courage and the magic of the Starheart. Lily became a hero in her village, celebrated for her bravery and selflessness. The tale of Lily and the Starheart became a cherished story, passed down through generations. The Starlight Grove remained a place of wonder and magic. And the villagers of Everwood continued to live in harmony, forever grateful for the girl who ventured into the enchanted forest and restored their home with a pure heart and a selfless wish. The end. In the distant land of Lunaire, where the nights were always illuminated by a silvery moon and the skies were adorned with countless twinkling stars, there existed a magical kingdom known as the Moonlit Kingdom. This realm was governed by the gentle Moon Queen, Selene, who had the power to control the moonlight and maintain the balance between night and day. The Moonlit Kingdom was a place of beauty and tranquility, where moonflowers glowed softly in the dark and enchanted creatures roamed freely. However, the kingdom's peace was threatened by a long-standing prophecy. A dark shadow was said to emerge every century, bringing with it a curse that could dim the moon's light forever. In the heart of the kingdom, in the Grand Lunar Palace, lived a young prince named Orion. He was the Moon Queen's only son, known for his bravery and kind heart. Orion was destined to inherit his mother's powers and protect the kingdom from any threats. As the prophecy's time approached, the Moon Queen grew anxious and decided it was time for Orion to undertake a quest to ensure the kingdom's safety. One moonlit night, the Moon Queen called Orion to her chamber. "My dear son," she said, "the time has come for you to prove your worth. A great darkness is approaching, and you must embark on a journey to the celestial realm to seek the guidance of the Starborn Seer. Only with his help can we prevent the prophecy from coming true." Orion, though apprehensive, accepted the challenge. He knew the journey to the celestial realm would be perilous, but he was determined to protect his kingdom. With a heart full of courage and a special amulet from his mother, he set out on his quest. As Orion ventured through the moonlit woods, he encountered a mischievous fairy named Lyra. Lyra was known for her playful tricks and magical abilities. She appeared before Orion and, after some convincing, agreed to help him on his journey. "The path to the celestial realm is filled with challenges," Lyra warned. "But with my magic and your bravery, we can succeed." The duo traveled together, passing through the enchanted forest, where they faced their first trial, the trial of the moon's reflection. They had to cross a shimmering lake where the water's surface was enchanted to reflect their deepest fears. Orion's reflection showed him a vision of failure and darkness, but with Lyra's encouragement and his own resolve, he overcame the illusion and reached the other side. Next, they arrived at the Garden of Eternal Night, a place where flowers bloomed only in moonlight and shadows danced eerily. To proceed, they needed to gather 3 moonstones hidden among the flowers. The moonstones were guarded by luminous creatures that tested Orion's honesty and kindness. By showing respect and compassion, Orion gained their trust and collected the stones. With the moonstones in hand, Orion and Lyra finally arrived at the entrance to the celestial realm, a grand archway made of stardust and moonbeams. They passed through and found themselves in a realm of radiant beauty, where the skies were filled with constellations and the air shimmered with celestial light. At the center of the celestial realm stood the Starborn Seer, an ancient being who radiated stardust and wisdom. The seer welcomed them and listened to their quest. "The darkness that threatens your kingdom is a shadow of doubt and despair," the seer explained. "To dispel it, you must find the heart of the stars, a powerful gem that can only be revealed by pure-hearted bravery. The heart of the stars was hidden within the veil of shadows, a mystical fog that obscured the path. Orion and Lyra ventured into the fog, where they faced their greatest challenge yet, a labyrinth of illusions that tested their resolve and teamwork. Lyra used her magic to illuminate the path, while Orion relied on his inner strength and intuition to navigate through the maze. After a long and arduous journey, they finally reached the center of the labyrinth, where the heart of the stars awaited them. The gem glowed with a warm and comforting light, dispelling the surrounding darkness. With the heart of the stars in hand, they returned to the celestial realm. The starborn seer thanked them and instructed Orion to use the gem to restore the moon's light. Armed with the gem, Orion and Lyra traveled back to the moonlit kingdom. As they approached, they saw the kingdom shrouded in an ominous darkness. Orion held up the heart of the stars, and its light shone brightly, piercing through the darkness. The moon's light was restored, and the kingdom was bathed in its gentle glow once more. The prophecy was fulfilled not through fear, but through bravery and hope. The Moon Queen Selene was overjoyed to see her kingdom safe and her son's bravery. She praised Orion and Lyra for their courage and wisdom. The kingdom celebrated their heroes with a grand feast, and the moonlit kingdom flourished under the renewed light. Orion and Lyra became legends in the moonlit kingdom, their story inspiring future generations to face challenges with bravery and a pure heart. The kingdom remained a beacon of light and harmony, forever safeguarded by the courage of a prince and the magic of a mischievous fairy. The end.